Good morning and greetings. I was asked to submit some samples of student work, so here you go. Here is one of my students from a year or two ago, maybe 3 years ago, testing out his Apple II adventure game. These are written on a PC in C, so they weren't a modern language, but the party trick is they can run their game on the old system, and that's really cool. So there's a student testing out his game. Let's look at another work sample here. Here is a jack-o'-lantern modeled in Blender. Every year we have a Halloween parade, or now it's a harvest parade, where the kids from early childhood come through the program areas, and I have all my students model jack-o'-lanterns using Blender or 3ds, and they display that work as the kids go on their parade through my classroom. Here's another piece of student work made using Blender. This was made by a girl several years ago, and I can tell this is older work because the Blender interface has changed substantially since she made this exercise. But this guy is really cool, and what we can do is export them out or export them out. I don't know what kind of creature this is. We could export this creature out and bring it into our 3D game engine. Here is an alarm clock modeled in 3ds Max. This is an excellent job. This particular piece of work was done by a deaf student who's very, very dedicated. This student needs a little bit of extra time to get stuff done, but if you give her that extra time, she does absolutely fantastic work. I did not teach her how to do the metallic shading on the bells there. She figured it out on her own, so that's excellent job. I wish she had maybe added more ring segments to her polygons and to smooth it out, but still excellent work. Here's another example of some 3D modeling. This is also good work. A couple of things I would have dinged on this. The camera is clipped off screen, and you can see that the chess pieces here, or the little squares on the board, don't quite line up. So that's the kind of thing I'd catch in a rubric, but otherwise, excellent work. Here's another 3ds Max exercise, 3D modeling. There's no requirement to add the background or more than one fish, but this student chose to go above and beyond and do a great job. So really nice work there. All right. Moving on. Here is a showcase of the Blinky Christmas tree kits that we build every Christmas. I have some black cat kits too, in case people don't want to make something that they might perceive as a religious symbol. I try to create an inclusive environment in my classroom. And below you can see one of my students and her interpreter showing off their black cat kits that we just made for the first time this year. So they were the guinea pigs to test out that project, and they proved that those are good kits, and we're going to order some more of those. Here's a programming project. We were doing some 3D modeling before. Now we're going to look at some programming. This is the final project for our Pico 8 unit. This is excellent work right here. I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. Okay, I got it to play. So this is incorporating elements of several other projects: the scrolling background, the burning fuel gauge, the palette cycling that makes the colors rotate on the title screen. Oh, the title screen itself, right? So this is great work right here on this particular project. And now finally we're up into the 3D stuff. At the end of the year we use Unity. That's our 3D game engine. Here's a cube field game. I don't have an animation of this, sadly. But made by a student. Now, the stock spaceship in this game is just it's like kind of a triangular or a prism-shaped thing. This student went above and beyond and modeled an X-wing fighter where the wings actually open. So very, very cool. This student was initially approached me and said, "I don't know if I'm really up for this, to the task of this class, but I mean, look what this kid pulled off. I mean, it's awesome." Nice work for him, or by him. And then this is an example of a game that I use in summer camp. The kids just kind of have to I've given them the pieces and they just have to assemble it, but they can build an obstacle course that they race this cube through down a track, and it's a lot of fun. And I like to do a summer camp every year just to get young people excited about programming and computers. And if it helps boost our enrollment later on, that's okay. That's really not my motivation. Really, I just want to share what I like to do with young people and kind of inspire them, and hopefully, get them on a high-paying career track later on in life, or at least I've enriched their lives by giving them something fun to do for a hobby. So there you go. There's some samples of student work. I hope you have enjoyed looking at them.